Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for gracing me with your presence. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to get to 335 light in just a few hours. First, I'd like to go over a few disclaimers. I started at 319 light. This guide may take using up to 3 characters if your RNG is bad. It was Golgoroth challenge mode at the time, which means I got more armor drops from King's Fall. You must always equip gear that has more attack or defense, as this raises your light level and gives you better rewards. You must use 3 coins before almost every boss and before almost every PvP game. And you must always infuse the exotic upgrades you get into legendary armor or wear the exotic. Drops will always be equal to your light level or 6 levels higher. So let's say you're a 325, your drops will always be between 325 and 331. It's almost always an upgrade though. You will need RNGesus, but these tips should help you sort of control your RNG. Now first you want to trade a bunch of materials, especially your motes of light, for faction packages or rank ups. Now if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go to a faction, and you can actually trade in materials for faction rep. I recommend using Motes of Light as you get the most progress using these, but you can actually use any of these materials. I didn't have that many materials when I was doing this, so I was only able to get 8 faction packages, but you could actually do a lot more than 8 and get a better start than I did. Off of those 8 packages, I went from a 319 light to 324 light pretty much instantly. Next, you want to stock up on 3 coins from Xur. I only used about 35 on my way to 335, but I had over 100 available. Now to get into actual gameplay, first you want to go to Variks in the Reef and pick up the sigil or scorecard, whatever you really want to call it, and do the level 42 Challenge of Elders. The scorecard will reward you with a weapon and armor upgrade, but don't turn in your scorecard to Variks yet. Before you turn in your card, go to the Court of Oryx and do a couple tier 3 runes. This is where you get a better artifact. Now that you have a better artifact, turn in your scorecard at Variks for your weapon and armor upgrade. Next, go farm the level 42 Challenge of Elders. Ignore all enemies besides the bosses. This should take around 6 minutes or less for a single completion. At the end of every completion, you have a chance at dropping a better ghost and a class item. So this is where you get those upgrades. Do this for about an hour or until you feel you've had enough upgrades. At this point, you should be about 330 light. Go back to the Court of Oryx and do another tier 3 rune to get your 335 artifact. Next, you want to do the Nightfall and hope you get an upgrade and not a 319 ghost like I did. Seriously, I got a ghost 3 out of my 4 Nightfalls. Seriously, what the fuck, Bungie? Then you got to go play Trials of Osiris. They kind of changed up the way that works too. The 5 and 7 win rewards now give you a random weapon and armor piece up to 335. And they no longer use the set weapon and armor piece like we all knew before. Also, they changed up the way the lighthouse works. So now the lighthouse gives you a weapon and armor piece and a chance at an exotic, and all of those can drop up to 335 light. And obviously, it'll either be your current light level or up to 6 higher. So always make sure you have your highest light gear before you get these drops, as with everything. Alright, now that you've done Trials of Osiris, you want to do the King's Fall raid on hard and also complete the challenge mode. After doing all of this, if you aren't a 335, infuse your gear into your other character and repeat this process until you're a 335. If your RNG isn't great and you're not getting good luck with exotic engrams from 3 coins, it may take doing this with up to 3 characters. I hope this helps you understand how the light leveling system works in Destiny and gives you an understanding of how you should approach it. There's a level of RNG to it, but by following this guide you can control your RNG to an extent. Alright guys, good luck, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Remember, if you don't complete it by doing all these steps on one character, infuse your gear to the next one, and if it doesn't work on that second character, infuse it on the third one, and if your RNG is absolutely terrible and you're not done by the 3rd character, then you might have to just wait for next week. Anyways guys, good luck, and peace out.